you. And see if we get another error, so.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
For those who are watching the recording, there was a technical error in which Zoom told us that there was an issue. So instead of restarting, we'll just briefly recap. We called the meeting to order at 7 p.m., said the pledge. We had everyone in attendance except for Brad Ladwig, I believe. Is that correct? We read the public comment section. There was no public comment. We moved on. We approved the minutes, both for February workshop minutes and the February regulatory commission minutes. Mike Wallace made the motion. Sandra Reese made the second. There was no further discussion and it passed 5-0. With that being said, we move on now to the unanimous consent vote, which we do not need to have. There is no old business. Moving on to new business, we have Mr. Kill here on behalf of
RCJJ Development.
Right, RCJJ Development. And what is it that you're petitioning this group to do?
Just requesting that the utility take the lift station, assume the electric bills, and I'm assuming because it's covered by it's gonna be covered by the maintenance bond. You would also want to accept all the lift station components too, just the lift station itself.
Randy, are we ready to do so?
Yes.
Mike, as the liaison, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I would like to make a motion that we accept the lift station and the components installed. And along with the electric.
Are we also then accepting the roads and the generators and all of those types of things, or?
Yes, but we still will have a punch list.
Well, there will be a punch list, and like I said, I submitted to the clerk treasurer a letter guaranteeing the issuance of the maintenance bond. I simply need that correspondence from the town, give it to the bonding company, and then I will deliver the maintenance bond to the town.
So what we are doing at this particular point, unless somebody else objects, is we are agreeing to accept the phase one infrastructure, which would include the roads and curbs and the lift station and all of the electrical being transferred over, light poles, all of those things. There will be, if this body does accept it, and it moves on to the council, a 2-year maintenance bond that will ensure that all of this product is working accurately. As Mike had said, they will work with us through the punch list in order to get those things. But in the event that they aren't, towards the end of the 2-year bond, then we would be able to activate that bond and get those items fixed. Is that everyone's understanding of this? Steve, is that your understanding?
That's how it works, yes.
Okay. And Randy, is that your understanding?
Yes.
Brett?
Absolutely, and I looked over this bond, the letter from Steve, we're good. So, well, I shouldn't say I looked over the bond, but I looked over his email and the letter that he needs from me. I'm gonna put that on letterhead and get that right to him. So he can get to the people he needs, but we're all good on my end.
Does the motion need to read pending the issuing of the bond, because you haven't issued the bond yet. You need our letter to issue.
The second Brett gets me the letter, it goes right to West Bend, who's the bonding company. They then will issue the bond. The bond will be effective 2 years from the date of issuance. I was hoping it might be tonight, it could be Friday. But in any event, it doesn't really matter because it's effective 2 years from the date of issuance.
So what we're really doing is releasing the performance bond on the lift station and all of the electrical surroundings.
The associated things on the bond, yes, I do need the performance bond release.
Okay. So I would say, Mike, whatever your motion is to accept these items under the idea that we're going to receive a 2-year maintenance bond. So is there a second?
I'll second it, Justin.
There is a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. In addition to this agenda, we are going to vote to release as a recommendation of release to the town council, right? For the performance bond for the electrical lift station. Do we need to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there a recommendation to release the performance bond for the work at the lift station
We'll move Justin.
Okay. Justin made a motion, is there a second?
Go ahead, Tim.
I'll second.
There being a motion and a second, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion, what's that?
Just making sure.
Oh, motion passes 5-0. So we have accepted the, we've released the performance bond. Now we have to accept the letter that was submitted to the clerk treasurer, to us, from them saying from RCJJ Development that says they're going to issue a 2-year. Okay, and that. What is the date that would start?
2 years from the date of issuance.
Okay, 2 days.
I was hoping that would have been tonight, I could have the bond. Again, too, but I do have better regret, so the bonding company is standing by. So the only thing it does is move the date from tonight maybe to Friday, and it's 2 years from Friday then instead
So
of
we should
tonight.
go on the next one. All right,
I mean, it's like,
Excellent.
there's nothing I can do.
Awesome. All right, so is there a motion to accept the 2-year maintenance bond on phase 1 of Park Ridge?
Yeah, that's what I did.
You did make better performance.
We
Oh,
did the performance, how we.
yes. I'll make a motion to accept the, maintenance bond.
I'll second that maintenance bond.
There being a motion and a second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes 5. I don't know that there is anything else we needed to do here, so there's no ordinances and resolution. Randy, is there anything for us?
Yeah, I have 2 items, one that's on here, seasonal part-time worker,
Oh, I did miss that one, I'm sorry.
for the utilities, in light of all the projects we got going, we would like to hire a seasonal. College kid, somebody that can handle or is good at computers to update our GIS. To keep making progress, so that would be roughly a 10-week stint this summer, and the pay is $15 an hour.
How would we get paid?
Out of water and sewer.
Mike, is that your recommendation?
This is my recommendation to allow Randy to hire a seasonal worker, $15 an
Is that your motion?
hour. My motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it, Justin. It's the GIS, it's updating.
There is a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-1.
You have one more thing.
Okay.
It was on the workshop, it was on my report, John Morgan's here to speak on it. It's in reference to the ground tower, get the ground tower painted, it's the agreement. I didn't have it before the workshop, I just got it today. Mike's got a copy, and then if we want to get this thing painted this calendar year, we need to accept this and get it done before winter. So I will turn it over to John and let him explain it.
Okay, everybody have a copy of this?
No, they don't, and I apologize.
No, we don't, okay, all right, that's what you're saying.
Mike's got a copy.
So this is a proposal for the design and bid of. Inspection was done with some recommendations on work that should be done to that tank. And this design is gonna be based on that, fairly standard ordered work here. We were gonna propose having kickoff meetings. And then 60% submittal, 90% submittal, and that would be for some drawings and specifications to prepare this thing for bidding. Not a whole lot of special stuff in here. 60% will, it'll be some basic drawings. There's gonna be a little bit of electrical with a mixer involved, that was recommended. And then once we get to that 60%, get everybody's comments, move on to 90%, which is just finalizing everything. Submitting that, then move on to the final, and that would be getting everything to bid. Moving into the bid phase, just helping you guys with getting everything advertised, answering questions, bidders. Disbursement of bid packages to contractors. We will have a pre-bid meeting. Then we have attend the bid opening and tabulate everything and get it to you. Basically standard stuff here.
So if I understand this right, it's 53 grand in order to get this ready to go out to bid, they
Do all the drawings are back and everything, yes,
How much is it gonna cost to paint it?
300 grand. That's the budgetary number.
Yeah, there's,
Aside from paint, what are
You're
we
doing
doing?
inside, you got repairs on the inside, you've got coating on the inside, you're completely bringing it up to 2025 code. So,
Seems pretty high, is gonna
well,
say,
I just got into an elevated tank in 300,000's lunch money, so I mean, it's.
Alright, I mean, like,
We're in the wrong
this isn't my forte by any means, but,
the companies that they use are not cheap.
okay, so what's the 53,000 get us then here?
So that's split up, when I was talking about design, that was $47,000 and bid phase was $6,000. It gets you a set of drawings, it gets you the spec book ready to take it out to bid. 6,000 gets you help with bidding, and then you know that organized, there will be. I don't know how many bidders we'll have on this, but we'll have questions and all that, it's.
Does this also include then the work that gets performed, you're the project team that is overseeing the work getting done? Or is this just?
During, this takes us through the bid phase, once the project's awarded, then, no, there's nothing beyond that at this point. I'm not sure. See it handled yet, I think we're gonna wait and see.
How are we planning on paying for this?
Randy,
It's in years.
the question was how you're planning to pay for this, this was part of the money that.
This is part of, this is budgeted in there.
From where? I'm sorry.
From the loan that we got,
Okay,
so it's part of the money that's remaining.
so this was anticipated when we were taking out the money?
Here's for reference, this project's been in the process for 5 years, so we had a lot of time to get to it.
Sure.
If you remember, we had the one report that showed the things that need to be fixed in and around and outside. At one point, we thought a chlorine tank needed to be worked on, but that's not gonna happen now.
That was part of the plan. This was gonna get done, and then we had the development come in, and then we started focusing towards that. So now we're kind of honed in, so back to getting this tank done because it needs done. So.
You can,
This should have been
you
done.
can understand the sticker shock, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course,
I mean,
I got it the day before the workshop, and I rejected it, and this is a better number, but I don't disagree.
yeah.
Yeah, and we.
But this is something, the numbers there, I mean, we had the money there, and again, we've been working on this for 5 years, it's gotta get done. And the reason I'm asking to push it down is if you look at the timeline, they can't paint this in the winter time. So this has to go to bid by July to get it the warm months to paint.
The part that I'm struggling with is why, God bless you, right? Well, why do we get an engineer to figure out how to paint the outside and inside of the thing?
Because there's stuff on the inside that gets done. So we did have a report from, I think it was DN Tank, it's pretty complex, so they will write that up in spec sheet, make sure that it's all done in code. Okay, so.
And when the clerk's office painted the Santa house, we offered to start on the water tank, but was told our paint was not good enough.
Yeah, I feel like a couple $1,000, I can probably get it done, but I'm just.
So above the paint, there is some other things that are getting
Yes.
fixed up,
Yeah,
it's just not.
You're putting in a mixer to keep the water turned over.
And I mean, I would venture to say it's probably a pretty special utopia, it's gonna be in and around our water system.
John, just for reference, what do you think like that cost you? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
Well, 650,000, that's gonna be more than that,
Yeah, because that's a, yeah,
big time.
I don't see one of those no more, you built.
So with these, you know, up to code improvements, up to date, how long are we looking at having this before we have to put any more maintenance into it, do you think?
15 to 20 years.
Okay.
Will the paint last 15 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, how long,
We do
how long
have-
was that paint job out there?
Time was built in 2000, we haven't done anything.
25
So
years.
25 years?
And
Okay.
it needed painting 10 years ago.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely 5 years past this point, so.
Are we putting the logo back on?
We haven't gotten that far yet, we'll have a conversation about what we wanna do.
And just so you know, there is a fund for tank maintenance.
Okay. How much is that?
I don't even have that, don't even idea.
Anywhere close to 350?
No.
Closer to 500,000. He knows that's a lot.
Fair enough.
Stagecoach.
That's all the question I got, I'm sorry.
I would have a question.
What's that?
Same question.
So right now, what we're actually asking for is 53,000 to. Prefer to take this to engineering and
Give us a bid,
get to bids.
and hopefully it comes in under budget, like our paving has lately.
Well, we all know that if we wait 2 years, this 400,000 is gonna be 600,000, so.
Well, that thing was terrible.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
All right, is that your motion, Mike?
Here's my motion that we what would that speak, the contract with Whistler? Yeah. Proceed with the contract with Whistler.
Can I add real quick? I apologize, I haven't got this right yet, so can you have it pending Brett's approval and let me get it to him? I just got this late this afternoon. Please. Yeah, I'll send it out there.
And
Is there a second?
with that amendment, I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5. Thank goodness that thing is a disaster. So hopefully we'll get that done and look nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be work out right away.
Randy, anything else?
No, that's it, thanks.
Anything for anybody else in the room? Okay, we have in front of us then the docket. I will read the totals as we always do. Total $948.68. Transfers $310,676.88 for a net of $190,271.80. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the docket.
There's a motion, is there a second? Mike made a motion, Sandra seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. Anything from the commission? Anything from legal? Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, Justin.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes 5.
7:22.